I haven't always been a chef. Before I started studying cooking, 4 years ago, I'm an aeronautical engineer, and I was working in a consulting firm in the States. I started making these cheesecakes during 2012. In the end, because of the pandemic, it was a difficult time here for all the restaurants. So I found myself without a job and started looking for a recipe that was like a cheesecake recipe for me. We call it here tarta de queso because of the cheese. Mm-hmm. So I wanted it to feel this cheesy taste in a cheesecake. This started in November 2020. In December 2020, Jon Cake was born. And I started selling it to my friends through WhatsApp and Instagram. And it started going on. So more and more people started to know about us. So in the end, was the last week of January. I was selling, because it was myself, 150 cheesecakes a week. Until a couple of friends started with me. So by the end of February, beginning of March, we were selling more than 300 cheesecakes a week. Then is when we started looking for a place, and we found this store that we opened 21st of May 2021. And nowadays we're baking more than 700, between 700 and 800 cheesecakes a week.
Tell us a bit about why your cheesecake is so unique, why someone should come into Jon Cake in the first place.
Okay, I would say that there's two main points that make our cheesecake different. The first one is the taste. Here you'll find a cheesecake that tastes like cheese. So the different cheese that we use, the different varieties we've baked more than 100 different varieties of cheese. So that would be the first point, and the second one is the texture. Our main objective is to keep a creamy texture in 20 to 25 degrees Celsius to eat it, so you can feel the taste of the cheese, and you can have a creamy texture. It's not a cold cheesecake, so it makes it kind of different.
So then, what are the flavors you recommend a complete newbie to cheesecake to try, and then more of a foodie person when they first walk in?
To start with, I would recommend our classic, which is made with 4 different cheeses. It's made with Parmigiano Reggiano, Grana Padano, Gorgonzola, and Mascarpone. So it makes it a different cheesecake because it's cheesy, but it's not too strong. So I would say that this would be the first step. If there's someone more gourmet, I would totally recommend our specialties of the day, because every day we're changing them. So you'll find every day in the store 2 different cheesecakes. And if you like really intense cheese, I would either go with the Yajaba, which is a smoked sheep cheese from the northern Spain, or cabrales, also a very strong blue cheese from the right of Spain. And these are the 2, more different cheeses you'll find.
How did you personally start with your own cheesecake journey? Like, when you were younger, did you always know you wanted to make cheesecakes, or how did this develop? Was it through COVID?
I started this because when I was looking for a job in 2020, in the end, most of restaurants here were closing. So there was no chance to get a job in a good restaurant. It was very difficult to find an interesting project because everybody was like having a lot of economic problems here in those days. Most of restaurants were closed. So I started looking for a recipe. I just wanted to find my recipe for a cheesecake. So it was more or less how I started.
And so what advice do you give to new up-and-coming chefs that are completely lost in what they want to do and how they want to get started to become someone like you?
For me, the first ingredient must be passion, because if you are not passionate about the job, it's very difficult to be a chef, because it's a very hard-working and forced work, and try to learn a lot from all the time with chefs that you work with, and try to see lots of different things. Try to get as much information and as much knowledge as possible. This is the first one. The one that we usually recommend for newbies is our classic with 4 cheese. Parmigiano, gorgonzola, mascarpone, and grana padano. Next one is blue cheese, cabrales from the north of Spain. This is the most intense that we have. For the ones that don't like cheese, this is the one, chocolate, just black chocolate. The special of the week, changing every 2 weeks, it's pecorino from Italy. Then we have Menthol, smoked sheep cheese from the north of Spain, very intense. And the last one is brie cheese, French cheese, very sweet and very delicate. Also a good option for the neighbors. That's a very special edition that we have only for 2 weeks. It's pecorino with chocolate from Italy. One is one of our clients' favorites, which is tiramisu, that we make it every Tuesday here in the city.
Oh my god!